It's a 4-day trip.
I hope you have a successful day. You guys are in for a treat.
We have a beautiful view of the La Cloche Mountains. Let's do a map update. Today I'm doing something you never see me do. What am I talking about? I'm talking about a popular destination, an area where many paddlers will seek out. This is Phillip Edward Island. Welcome to Killarney. Let's go do this. Today I have my paddling buddy John. John is up front. Say hi, John.
Hi.
John says hi if you didn't hear him.
I'm gonna get my sunglasses real quick.
Yep, absolutely. We're turning right into the sun there now.
Boy. Yeah, I'm loving this paddle.
Yeah, she's a nice one. I had that custom made for me, like that paddle is built to my specs. And the other paddle that I'm using, it was custom made for me as well, but it's the maker made it for me according to what I do, like what he saw that I was doing. I have a hard time being on the water and not having my line in the water, so I'm going to start with just a simple spoon. I'm going to go with a little Cleo. Good old trusty little Cleo. And oh, I can see the bottom. We're still close to shore, so no fish finders, no nothing. I'm just gonna wing it, and we're gonna paddle around all these rock islands and enjoy the scenery, and maybe we'll get lucky and get a fish in the boat.
What you catching?
Nothing yet.
Okay, what will you be catching?
Whatever wants to bite my line will be okay with me.
Dinner. Catch dinner. I got it.
It'll make it to dinner. If we catch something, it'll make it to dinner. We're going all the way around, and we have 4 days of nice weather, so.
Oh, you guys are in for a treat.
We are really enjoying it so far. I'm gonna go over my map a little bit, try to get us orientated. We're tucked in behind an island. Take a 10-minute break and a drink of water. I think we're in the area of the Solomon Island. So the first day, my plan is to cover a lot of ground so that the remainder of the trip, if we want to slow it down, if we want to do some exploration or just do a pile of fishing, then we have that option. And also, it just opens up the possibilities for other things, such as not stressing over packing up in the morning and getting out quickly because we have time to cover or distance to cover. So far everything's going good, eh, John?
Yeah.
Alright, so we made it on shore. Obviously beautiful pink granite everywhere. Quartz mountains behind us. Can't see it right now, but this is lunchtime. We're gonna break out the cooler of food and make some pepperoni and cheese wraps and see what else we have for munchies. Alright, let's go eat and keep our day going. See anything of interest?
Maybe I'll go over there.
We are scanning for a campsite. We pushed hard today, which was the plan. We achieved what we wanted, is to get a certain amount of distance, but now it's a beautiful sunny day and I'm scanning the shoreline. Have to find a place to live for tonight, and I'd like to find a spot, get camp set up, kick back and relax. And so it's late afternoon, day one, and John and I are pouring over the maps, taking a look at what we did today and hashing out a plan for the next upcoming few days. Let's go over to the map. I'll show you what's going on. Our put-in was in this red square right here. That's Chinikaching River. Paddled out. The river is very short, paddle out. Jumped across to the point, paddled across, zigzagged through all this maze of islands. We tucked into here for a little break, continue on our way. Then we went behind these big islands and traveled around all these small rock islands, stopped somewhere in here for lunch, then continued on our way on the back side of this big island here, which is Blockbuster Island. And then we continued on our journey across the bay here. Again, winds were in our favor, so we continued right out in the open, and we continued all the way across, and we're heading all the way out to Big Rock Portage was our destination. And originally we wanted to take this channel on the backside, but we ended up staying out in the open and going all the way around out in the open lake. And then we moved all the way around the point of Big Rock Point and into a channel. We traveled through this channel and then came around to what is that bay here? Ross Bay?
Crosby.
Crosby. And we're camped out inside a cluster of island behind Crosby. That's not too bad for one day of paddling. I think it's actually pretty damn good. We did really good. There were some rollers for a little while, but they were coming in on a cross to us, so it was a bit shaky for a while, but overall not bad at all. We had a lot of tailwind. Once we stayed out in the open lake and then we had to turn back in, then it was like we just got pushed right in by the wind. We've been chilling, and soon we're gonna get a fire going in that fire pit. I had to fix that up a little bit, and it was a total mess, so I fixed the fire pit. We got some wood. Most of it is cedar that burns really fast, so we'll see if we can make it through the night with what we got. All right, the water is on the menu tonight. Creamy bacon carbonara sidekick ×2. A package of real bacon bits to go with the bacon carbonara. A little bit of powdered milk, and of course a shot of butter. Everything in the pot, mix it all up. little supper filled the tank, eh, John?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But we'll have munchies after anyways. But now once the dishes are done, I think John and I are just gonna hang out by the fire, enjoy the evening, and because it's been a long day, it's been a tiring day, so it's nice to retire to the evening, you know, watch the sun go down, enjoy some campfire time, and yeah, there was a very light breeze this morning, and the smoke from the campfire was going the complete opposite direction as it did last night. Good hearty breakfast. John is just finishing up his plate. Need that fuel to paddle on today. A long day of paddling. We're going to enjoy it, of course. Our destination is right back over there. Pack away camp. Get out of here. Enjoy this beautiful day. Clear skies. It's going to be gorgeous here today. Come along. We're not done. So we're quite fortunate today. We're having a tailwind. It's pushing us along at a good pace. Really fortunate. Currently we're approaching Man Island, and everything is shaping up to have a great day. We've been just taking it easy, no stress, letting the wind carry us along, pull over once in a while, stretch our legs. And no fish on the line though. I'm disappointed. We've been targeting some shorelines and hoping they'll latch on to something. Be nice to put something on the plate tonight as far as the fish, but the day's not over. We shall see. Oh, jump. Probably going to be a bass because he just jumped out of the water. They like to jump. Too small. But we're officially on the board. Check out that cliff up ahead, John. Ooh, that's a lot of bedrock. Yeah, hangs on to whatever little bits of moss and just managed to do it. That's crazy how trees grow on rock. We're officially in Collins Inlet. We came around the corner, passing by this nice rock face. Absolutely gorgeous. We just had to paddle up to it and paddle along the side and enjoy that rock face. It was absolutely awesome to see that solid granite there, a big chunk of the Canadian Shield. But now we are in Collins Inlet. I'm going to turn the camera around, give you a shot of what's ahead of us, and it's more of the Canadian goodness. right, let's do a map update. So last night we slept within these rocks here at Cross Bay, and we took off. We followed that shoreline into Bear Bay, and there was we saw a bunch of campsites in here, which I had marked some campsites. There were some cottages too in this area. Then we went into this channel, which was all marshy, swampy area. It was very shallow, but it was really nice. And then we went around Moose Bay, kept on going, went around the backside of Deer Island. Then we went south, and we stayed right down the middle of the channel. And because the weather was perfect, was favorable, we stayed on the outside, and we followed the boat route in. We've continued to follow that shoreline. Once we got closer to Burnt Island, we cut across, went to Burnt Island, stopped and had a lunch break here, stretched our legs, paddled across this bay, which is X-Ray Bay, and fished along this shoreline here. It was a big rock pile, so I was targeting that. And then we continued all the way down the channel, and we made our way down to this rock face over here. It was quite cool. That was really sharp, this whole shoreline here. And then we continued our way down into Collins Inlet, and we continued all the way across, and right here where there's a little black dot, I had marked it as a potential place called Turtle Rock. That's campsite for the night tonight. John is enjoying the sights over at the on the edge of Turtle Rock, and it really is picturesque. Let me show you. So there you have it, Collins Inlet from Turtle Rock. We're gonna have a great time tonight. Awesome, I can't wait. We have a great campsite, I'm happy. That's the tent site over there. It's a little bit lumpy, but it's okay. We can make it work. We've done worse, but that's where the tent site is going to be. John wants to try to catch fish, so we're gonna see if we can catch fish right around our campsite. Haven't caught fish. We caught one bass earlier, was not a keeper, but we'll see if we can make something happen right off our campsite. That would be cool.
I don't like Mike.
Over here in the light.
Here, I've never had one like when you take the bag, you take it out, and then you take that. Right? So what they do is they give you one of these, right?
Yeah.
But they take these out of every single one. So
it goes in the pot, like everybody's goes into a big pot, right?
So
So it's random. You're in line. You get what you get.
Yep.
Yeah, I think 100%. I can see it. Woke up to a calm waters. The winds died out overnight, and they stayed that way. Slept with the tent fly open, just perfect. Had coffee on Turtle Rock. Threw my line in the water a little bit as I was watching fish jumping. John is gonna give it a try there now. Breakfast this morning is a repeat of yesterday morning's breakfast. All right, John, let's paddle on. Alright, so my map indicates we are just on the edge of Mill Lake. So we are in Collins Inlet. So the plan is we're going to paddle into Mill Lake and do the whole perimeter of Mill Lake, get back into Collins Inlet, and continue on to our journey heading west, and find a new place to camp out for tonight.
Like over there?
Yeah. All those boats, they're probably they're all anchored in. They probably spent the night out there. I don't think they're on docks. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna say they probably all camped out there last night.
It's really green.
Yeah, this whole area is really shallow. See some cliffs coming up ahead. I think we're going to have some granite cliffs on both sides of the... So for most of the day, well actually all day long, we've been paddling Collins Inlet, and multiple times we've been flanked on both sides of the inlet with this pink granite rock faces like the one you see behind me right now. These cliffs just go up and up in some places. Currently we're in an area where the northern shore is Killarney Provincial Park and the opposite shoreline is Phillip Edward Island. So now we're at the point in our journey where from here on we're going to be looking for a campsite, which will be our last and final campsite of our trip. Tomorrow morning we pack out of here. So onward we go. We are looking for a place to live for one more night out here. So obviously we made it to shore. We found a campsite, which is probably the only campsite in this area. The area being Turning Bay is where we're in. And there's an island in the middle of Turning Bay. It has no name. And it's, from a distance, it's just a rock sticking out of the water, but there was these couple of big, massive white pines right on top on the very peak of the island, creating perfect shade. We have a breeze coming in over the top of the landscape, which that breeze is coming in from Georgian Bay, so we have a nice breeze. And it's been sweltering hot today. We've been battling headwind all day long. Collins Inlet, basically what's happening here is you get a breeze coming in from Georgian Bay. It rolls into the entrance of Collins Inlet, and Collins Inlet becomes a wind tunnel. That's how I'm perceiving things to happen here. But we got a spot. It's nice and grassy area. There's an existing fire pit. You can tell nobody's been here in a god-awful long time. There's actually vegetation growing out of the fire pit. So right now we got our packs are all on the ground behind us. We haven't unpacked anything. We're just kicking back and relaxing. And I'm going to take the camera out later. I'm going to put it, I'm right on the top of the island, but I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to show you, we have a beautiful view of the La Cloche Mountains, the quartzite mountains of La Cloche.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it.
All right, shoving off from our last campsite of the trip. Got everything packed away, everything secured, and everything tidied up. The campsite looks good. Canoe is loaded down for the last time. This is the last leg of our trip. And we're making our way back to the truck, but the journey is actually not over yet. Don't go away because we have more coming. Alright, so the box is Grandma's. No trip to Killarney is ever complete before you have Killarney fish and chips.